Yo, what's going on, my dudes? My name is John, otherwise known as the OG Radish, and today we're doing something a little different on the channel. You see, we're going to be building a $2,000 PC that will absolutely crush benchmarks and get outstanding gaming performance. Now, to kick off this build, our CPU, we went with the Intel Core i7-5820K. Now, this processor has 6 physical cores, but it's clocked at 3.3 gigahertz, but it does have hyperthreading, and what that means is Windows sees it as a 12-core processor instead of 6. Now, this is $390, but in all honesty, I think if you overclocked it a little bit, considering like Windows sees it as a 12-core, I think $390 is a very reasonable price. Now, onto our cooler, we chose the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo. Now, this is only a $30 heatsink, but personally it's one of my favorites. I think it's one of the best bang for the buck heatsinks out there, and I've seen some amazing overclocking with it. I've done some overclocking with it, and personally I don't favor liquid cooling, especially in a $2,000 build, even though I totally should, just because I don't want to waste $2,000 to have it all ruined. Now anyway, with our motherboard we went with the Asus X99-A ATX motherboard. Now this motherboard is a nice, solid, sleek, white and black theme. Now that's our entire build theme, and I think it really sets up the key to success in terms of like looks. Now it is $240, which is a bit pricey for a motherboard for me personally, but whatever. Now for RAM, we went with Kingston HyperX Fury Black 16 gigs, and it is DDR4 memory, and it's clocked at 2133 megahertz, and one kit of this is $97. Now this kit in particular is only dual channel, so if you're doing content creation, I highly recommend you buy another kit of this. Now, on with our storage, we chose the Seagate Barracuda 2TB hard drive at 7,200 RPMs, and it's only $71, so good deal. Now, we did put an SSD in this build, considering our budget is $2,000. Now, we probably could have fit in maybe a 500 gig SSD, but we went with the Samsung 850 EVO. Now, this particular SSD has 250 gigs of storage and is only $80. Now on to our graphics cards, and yes, I said that in a plural sense, because we are using two MSI GeForce GTX 970s. It says the particular version of it, I should say, it says a 4G-D5T. I'll have a picture on screen for you, but we're going to be running it in a two-way SLI configuration. Now each one of these bad boys is $340. Now personally, this is one of the best bang for your buck graphics cards out there, and running two of them at once is just going to be awesome. Now it does have 4 gigs of GDDR5 VRAM, so you'll be fine. Now on with our case, we chose the NZXT Phantom White Full Tower, or Full ATX Tower. It is $110, and I think it really just ties in with the motherboard very, very well. And anyways, it's just beautiful. I'll have a picture on screen as well as everything else. But anyway, on with the build. For our power supply, we chose the EVGA 850 watt, 80 plus gold rated, fully modular power supply. Now, this power supply is $120, but I think it's worth just about every penny. Now, 850 watts is definitely overkill for this build, but if you're going to upgrade in the future, why not have all this extra room and not have to worry about wattage? Now, for our OS, we chose the 64-bit edition of Windows 10, which is roughly $100. Now, I really enjoy Windows 10, but unless you already have like Windows 10 installed and you can move it to another hard drive, let's say your new one that you would buy for this build, then you wouldn't need it. But anyway, guys, that's going to conclude the build. And just thank you so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end. Like if you want me to do more builds, I'll try to do like a budget, maybe $500 build next time. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.